My name is Vincent Chambers, and I'm an operatic tenor. My primary experience in theater has been on the operatic stage, singing roles in operas such as La Boheme, Pagliacci, Tosca. And this is actually my first foray into musical theater. First of all, I love playing characters that have conflict. Without conflict, you really don't have a character. And the beauty of a role like this is that, to a certain extent, Jean Valjean carries the same conflict that we as people carry in ourselves every day. Jean Valjean was raised with a certain set of morals and guidelines for life, if you will. And he was presented with a situation where he needed to help his sister, help his and her child to get food, but to do that he had to break the law. So he's weighing, in this gray area, how much of the law am I breaking and what is going to be the consequence? He's punished unjustly, in my opinion, and I'm sure in his opinion, for breaking a window, stealing a loaf of bread. He ends up in jail for 19 years. So pretty harsh, but that's the internal conflict that we're going to see with Jean Valjean throughout the show, and how he deals with it, how he overcomes it, and you see it in the way he interacts with the other characters in the show. I think what's really challenging about this character is that we all bring something to the table that's similar, and we want to relate to the character, but I have to be honest, really hard for me to relate to him. I haven't been to jail. I've never spent a day, let alone 19 years in jail. And as an actor, we have to draw on certain experiences. In my previous life, I was actually a piano tuner, and I used to tune pianos in San Quentin. And I got to see a slice of life that a lot of people don't see. And they have a very different affect about them. It's a whole different culture. It's really from another planet. So while I want to personally relate to Jean Valjean, I think it's really important as an actor to find things that are outside of myself to bring to a character, to really bring him to life and show the audience what it is that I have found in the character to bring to life. Yeah. So I think the most meaningful scene is the bishop, the scene with the bishop, because Jean Valjean was a good guy. He was a good kid. Made one simple mistake, which would have gotten him a slap on the wrist nowadays, and he ends up in jail for 19 years. And somehow he runs into somebody that treats him like a human being, and he realizes, I'm still a human being. Even in that awful situation in which he lived, he never lost what his true core values were. And the bishop brings that out of him. And he doesn't speak back to the bishop, but the bishop makes the deal, and he non-verbally accepts that deal to answer a higher calling and to be a better person. And he does it. Unfortunately, he has to lie to do it. And that's really an internal conflict that he has to walk with every single day. So I find that that's probably the most significant scene for Jean Valjean in this show. Insofar as my favorite, I really love the epilogue, because it takes you full circle. You really see that he's gone through his entire life and that he's left a legacy. And it's fascinating the way the composers bring back those who have already passed and brings them back into the music and ties that all together in the very end. Well, that's tough. You hope to grow, with every character. You realize that you're a little smaller than some of these characters are, in a way. And they become a part of you, sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse, and you have to learn to shed some of those things. As an actor, I hope to walk away really with a fantastic role under my belt, to be perfectly honest. I'd love to do that. I can already tell I want to do the role again, so I would love to have that opportunity. But, singing a role like this, I think, improves one as a person. And I think that if people go and see the show and see what this character goes through, you hope that people walk away thinking, we really all have to make good decisions, and occasionally we make bad decisions, but we have to pick ourselves up and go through life and just make positive decisions all the time. And I think that for me, that type of growth is really something that I'm already getting from Jean Valjean, and hope to see more of as I work through the role.